This one's kind of fun. I left the tag on there to show that it is new and in absolutely mint condition, just in case anyone's interested in it. This is an Epiphone Masterbilt Olympic Hollowbody electric acoustic. There's the jack on the guitar. It's got a built-in shadow flex piezo and no cutouts on the guitar, so you have to control it from your pedal board or your mains. But this is a solid top, arch top guitar, which is getting harder to find. Even some of the expensive arch tops are laminate. This is a solid spruce top, arch top with the rosewood back and sides. If I can get you a good picture of that. Rosewood board, I think it's Avant actually. And then this reissue 1930s style headstock with the Clousson style tuners with the tulip buttons, closed backed in this case, floating bridge on this with the trapeze, so it's kind of jazz box but smaller. Really cool guitar. These are made by Epiphone, and when it comes to Epiphone, I do confess I've had some bad experiences with their really low budget stuff, particularly in wood selection, but they really do make up for that with their Masterbilt series. And I've had Masterbilt guitars on this channel before. I've never seen one of these Olympics. I've heard of them. They're fun. I have to say, even though it's a competent acoustic guitar, it really shines when it's plugged in. It's a little bit quiet as an acoustic, but these are really nice, as are the other Masterbilt series guitars that I've had in the past, like the DM 500, 400 and all that. Good woods, nicely made. I like the fact that it's got rosewood on the back. Or is it mahogany? It's a rosewood color. It might be mahogany. I think it's mahogany. And the fact that it's all solid spruce in the top with the F-holes, I think is really nice. But it's a handsome guitar. They spared no expense on reproducing what is supposedly a 1930s style hollow body arch top guitar, and Epiphone actually reissued some of the parts on this guitar to try and reproduce as much as possible that earlier production, including the headstock design and the design of the tailpiece and the floating bridge are close to the original, also the tuners as well. So it's an interesting sort of reissue nostalgia type guitar, which we're seeing a lot of in today's market. If you can't find the originals or you can't afford the originals, a lot of these companies are doing these sort of reissue productions of earlier models, often modernizing the making techniques to make it withstand the rigors of modern players more than the older ones did. I think this has some sort of forward style bracing in it. The F-holes are not bound, and it is the Violin Burst. I find this kind of a misnomer because violins don't look like this. This is more like sunburst or tobacco burst type finish, but Epiphone calls it the Violin Burst, which to somebody who comes from the bowed instrument traditions, this doesn't really resemble a violin to me, unless you're talking about one of those really cheap Skylark type jobs with this kind of finish. So for me it's more of a vintage sunburst or tobacco burst than what they've called it. But anyway, it's sort of like a concert or auditorium shape. Definitely not a dreadnought. It's much more narrow in the top bouts. It has some sort of waist in there, so I think it's more in keeping with the older styles before the dreadnought became, or the large jazz box became vogue, I think in the 40s. But anyway, it's a cool little reissue type guitar. I got a couple of them, and I've been enjoying playing them, particularly plugged in. They're very well done. These are mint condition, clean as a whistle. These are made in Indonesia, by the way, so they're not made in China, if that makes any difference to you. A lot of good guitars coming out of Indonesia these days, including Epiphones, Takaminis, Yamahas, you name it. But anyway, just wanted to show you this. I'll show you this headstock again because it's very elaborate. It sort of has that sort of nostalgic design with the plates and the ornate filigree in the middle with the sort of tulip keys. It's got a very sort of nostalgic look to it. Anyway, I'll shut up about it. I just thought you'd like to see it. The electronics are very, very good. It does have a, like I said, a Shadow Nanoflex piezo pickup in it, so it's very clean, and I think it has anti-feedback something or other in it. Check out volume and EQ controls inside the F-holes, so it has the controls right here, a tone and a volume, which is kind of cool. I'm glad they put it on the bottom F-hole rather than the top F-hole, so it's more ergonomic. Anyway, Epiphone Masterbilt series Olympic guitar. There you go, something different. See you next time.